Jennette McCurdy bears all controversies, including few personalities. Family channels have recently come under fire for a lack of rules regarding protecting children. On most of these channels, the children are the main stars of the show. They always appear in the show, no matter how young they are. Once their channels were monetized, many family channels use their children's personal and vulnerable moments as clickbait. Parents don't hesitate to show the world their children's lives. The more dramatic their lives are, the better, because it would mean more views and revenues. All the parents have to do is relax and wait as the cash flows. This is the main reason many people hate family channels. Parents are just milking their children. Since family channels are huge these days, viewers are hoping that there are rules set for children to protect them. Unlike children on family channels, child actors who appear in movies and on TV are only allowed to work a certain number of hours. The roles they're offered and the money they earn are checked and inspected. This is to make sure that their health and welfare are not compromised and that their money is used responsibly by their family. Unfortunately, these rules are not followed all the time. Horrible things continue to happen to these child actors. There are many stories involving child actors that come to light after many years of working in the industry. Many of them complained about the toxic environment they worked in and the high expectations that came with the job. One of these child actors who opened up about her experience in the industry is Jennette McCurdy, who wrote a book entitled "I'm Glad My Mom Died." She was a former child actor who started working in 2000 at the age of 8. At first, she landed small roles in Malcolm in the Middle and Zoe 101. She landed her breakthrough role as Sam Puckett in the Nickelodeon sitcom iCarly. After 6 successful seasons, the show ended and the network decided to put 2 of the most well-loved characters into one series, Sam Puckett from iCarly and Cat Valentine, played by Ariana Grande. The 2 were offered a spin-off series called Sam and Cat. As the series went on air, Jennette's mother passed away because of breast cancer. Everything in Jennette's life changed. After 4 years later, she decided to stop acting for good. She decided to pursue writing and directing. In an interview at the Red Carpet event, she said, "I do feel like only through writing the book have I gotten to a place where I think there might be a way of exploring acting that doesn't carry that baggage that I carried with me for so long. Maybe if I write something for myself, I think that'd really be maybe one of the only ways I could kind of try exploring it again." In a Huffington Post article, she revealed a heartbreaking reality about herself. "My disordered eating started when I was 11. As a child actress working in Hollywood, I quickly learned that remaining physically small for my age meant I had a better chance of booking more roles. Unfortunately, I had a trusty and dedicated companion ready to help me with my burgeoning anorexia, my mom." She also opened up about how her mom had to count the calories in the food she ate. Her mom wanted her to maintain her weight so that she could land more roles. Jennette believed that her mom was only looking out for her and did not mean any harm. In her podcast, Empty Inside, she talked about how she really felt about her acting roles. She was embarrassed by them and learned to resent them as she grew up.
I get that this answer is like super unlikable, and then it's like, oh, boo-hoo, you were famous when you were a kid, like, oh, cry me a river. But it is true to me, so it's the most I can offer. But it's like, I resent my career in a lot of ways. I think like I feel so unfulfilled by the roles that I played, and felt like it was the most just like cheesy, embarrassing. I did the shows that I was on from like 13 to 21, and by 15, I was already embarrassed. You know, my friends at 15 weren't like watching this show. They're not like, oh, cool, you're on this Nickelodeon show. It was embarrassing.
It was something that many people would not understand because all they saw was how privileged she was. But she was still not satisfied with her work. She added,
"I quit a few years ago because I initially didn't want to do it. My mom put me in it when I was 6, and by sort of age, I guess 10 or 11, I was the main financial support for my family, and it was very much like just the pressure of my family didn't have a lot of money, and this was kind of the way out."
She talked about her experiences in and out of acting in more detail in her book. When she released her book, many people were surprised by the title and the book cover. It was something unexpected because she was always known to be young, sweet, and funny girl. But when she appeared in many interviews and got the chance to talk about her book, people became more accepting and understanding of her life as a child actor. She was not a spoiled, entitled girl who wrote a book just to complain and criticize the industry. It was her personal journey and her struggles that she she wanted to share with everyone. In her book, Jennette talked about how her mother, Debra, had forced her into acting. She and her brother would go into auditions with a talent agent, Barbara Cameron. Barbara was the best person to approach those who dreamed of joining the industry. She knew the right people. She had strong connections and influence that would make anyone famous. Her own children were even actors who landed roles in Full House and Growing Pains. Barbara initially wanted to sign Jennette's brother. She said that Jennette had no charisma, but Debra wanted to make things happen for her daughter. She convinced Barbara to sign Jennette under one condition. Jennette had to enroll in acting classes, but she never wanted to do this. Her mom did everything for Jennette to make her keep acting. She wrote in her book that her mom would take a shower with her to check for lumps in her body until she was 17 years old. It was something that was uncomfortable and traumatizing for Jennette. It was this part that she found the hardest to write in her book. She referred to that moment as a medical exam. Her mom giving her a shower was extremely inappropriate and an invasion of her privacy. She was never happy with those times because they only gave her anxiety. Debra was diagnosed with cancer when Jennette was only 2 years old. However, for Debra, the worst thing than cancer was seeing her daughter grow up. She wanted Jennette to stay young. Debra would comment on how young Jennette's body was for her age. It was an important matter to her because it would mean more acting roles. In order for Jennette to look younger, Debra taught her calorie counting. At such a young age, Jennette thought that what her mom was doing was normal. She grew up thinking that she needed to be small and young just to make her mom happy. In her book, she wrote, "I think my mom wanted to keep me as controllable as possible. I think she really wanted to have her influence on me, and me growing up was a threat to that." She struggled in her battle with an eating disorder. "I think my mom encouraged and conditioned my anorexia because she thought that it would in some ways help my career, and also because it served her goal of keeping me young and under her influence." Her role as Sam in iCarly had so many lines and jokes about food. This became difficult for her because in real life, she had an unhealthy relationship with food. She had also asked the writers of the show to tone down or eliminate food jokes, which they really did. Jennette also recalled a time when she told her mom that she was planning to quit. At that time, she auditioned for the series without a trace, but she was not successful in landing any roles. Her mom didn't take it well. Debra had a meltdown. She was screaming and hysterical. She was repeatedly shouting at Jennette that she could not quit. All she wanted was for her daughter to live her own dream of acting. Jennette's mom was not only her problem, she also talked about how she really felt when she was working with adults. It was something for which she was not prepared. She was shoved into the adult world and worked alongside them. She got confused, and this resulted in her poor personal development. Jennette never hesitated to talk about Dan Schneider, whom she called in her book The Creator. He had a reputation and a history of misconduct toward young actors. Eventually, Nickelodeon dropped Dan. Both parties made it appear that it was a mutual decision and that they were all friendly. However, complaints about Dan's behavior came out. He was accused of throwing tantrums on set, messaging actors outside their working hours, and exploiting young actors. There were video clips posted online of scenes that looked creepy and inappropriate that Dan himself was responsible for. Dan denied all these allegations. Jennette shared that there was one occasion during a wardrobe fitting when she was asked to change from a one-piece bathing suit to a bikini. She was informed that the creator wanted her to wear that. Also, the creator forced her to drink even if she was still a minor because the actors from Victorious were already drinking and he wanted the iCarly kids to be edgier. She also revealed that she and the creator had discussed the possibility of having her own show, but the creator started giving her a massage on the shoulder, which made her extremely uncomfortable. Jennette did not know what to do or say. She was scared of offending him, but she knew that what he was doing was wrong. In iCarly, Jennette was asked to kiss her co-star, and this was a big deal for her. Not only was it her first kiss on screen, but it was also her first kiss in real life. She expected that the creator would be more understanding and compassionate, but she was yelled at for not following instructions. Now, many Sam and Cat fans would be surprised to know that they were not best friends in real life. Everyone was hoping that they would be good friends outside the set, but Jennette learned to resent Ariana. Ariana was highly favored. It was okay if she was absent during filming to attend to her singing engagements. This upset Jennette because she too had other acting opportunities but was not treated the same way as Ariana. She wrote in her book, "The week where I was told Ariana would not be here at all and that they would write around her absence this episode by having her character be locked in a box. Are you kidding me? So I have to turn down movies while Ariana's off whistle toning at the Billboard Music Awards? F this." She added, "This is what it is. Ariana misses work in pursuit of her music career while I act with a box." McCurdy writes, "I'm pissed about it, and I'm pissed at her, jealous of her. Ariana's at the stage in her career where she's popping up on every 30 under 30 list that exists. And I'm at the stage in my career where my team is excited that I'm the new face of Rebecca Bonbon, a tween clothing line featuring a cat with her tongue sticking out, sold exclusively at Walmart. And I frequently make the mistake of comparing my career to Ariana's. I can't help it. I'm constantly in the same environment as her, and she doesn't exactly try to hide her successes. She admitted in her book that she was young at the time and that she could not help but compare her life and career with others. She was surrounded by people with so many accomplishments, and sometimes it would make her feel insignificant. But she knew better now, and the rumors that she was mad at Ariana for being paid more than her were untrue. Sam and Cat lasted for only one season. Jennette was offered $300,000 by Nickelodeon to never tell anyone about her experience on the set and on the network. She wrote, "Nickelodeon is offering me $300,000 in hush money to not talk publicly about my experience on the show, my personal experience of the creator's abuse. This is a network with shows made for children. Shouldn't they at least try to report to some sort of ethical standard?" Jennette refused the money, even though it would be a big help to her family and to herself. People were having second thoughts about her book, but now they understand her and feel her struggles. Many showed support and love for Jennette. Her brothers and some of her co-stars admired her for her bravery. She also shared that she might be coming back to acting again when she's ready. Jennette has such a heartbreaking story. What do you think about her experience? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Stay tuned for more videos. Are you not entertained? If you are, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.